Yo, what is going on, guys? This is your boy TrevCL, and we are here for PPL Week 3 of Division 1 in Season 6 against Verd, the Dingo himself, and his Tampa Bay Frogadiers. Now, we were supposed to be playing Shoddy. However, after 2 weeks, Shoddy decided that Pokemon just wasn't going well for him in terms of, it wasn't even just like the results of his games, it was just how he wasn't happy with how he was playing, and he just wasn't having as much fun as he had in the past, which honestly, after, I had been, in contact with Shoddy for a while, through his front office and stuff, and I could tell that this was eventually coming, but it's a little unfortunate that it happens right before our game, because I was actually really looking forward to playing him this week, because I believe we're actually tied in our own personal series 3-3. I'd have to go back and double check, but I believe we're tied in that, so it would have been cool to have a tiebreaker match with our PPL game, but alas, it's not meant to be. I have all the respect in the world for Shoddy. He did what he thought he needed to do, and that was to drop Mons, and for sure, I do think that's the right decision. Hopefully he'll come back eventually when he's got a better mindset about Pokemon, so yeah. But for now, we gotta focus on Verd. So honestly, while Shoddy has been really good in the past, he's kind of fallen off lately, and I think that's mainly because of his motivation towards Pokemon. His motivation has been dwindling lately. That's a hard word for some reason. But his motivation has been dwindling lately, and as a result, so has maybe his prep, some of his play. He was still going to be a tough opponent to play, but a motivated Verd is definitely going to be tougher than a demotivated Shoddy, and I don't mean any hate towards Shoddy or any I'm not shit talking him or anything. I just, in my opinion, I think the more demotivated you get, the less you're not able to play as well, and I think that's a pretty true statement, and I think he might agree with me. So this is definitely going to be a tough game for sure, because honestly, Shoddy's team had a pretty good matchup against me. Offensively, I could hit it pretty well, but defensively, I had no switch-ins for stuff like Z-Thundy, no switch-ins for stuff like Lop. Literally, my best Lop switch-ins are Nidoqueen, which is actually a pretty decent one, and then my next best switch-in is a Laudio Celesteal is a pretty decent switch-in, but it just had such a good offensive matchup that I couldn't bring defensive. I mean, I could, but then I'd lose probably my best win con. It was tough, but let me quickly go over my team. The full pace will be in the description below as usual, but just quickly going over my team, I have a Modest Life Orb Whimsicott with Moonblast, Hurricane, Energy Ball, and Tailwind. Tailwind is there to help stuff that need to set up speed, like my Totodile, Celesteela, and my DDZard. Maybe they can just start firing off hits right away. Next, I have a Stealth Rock Dual Stab Aerodactyl with Roost, mainly just there to maybe bait the Weavile for going for Ice Shard. I have Yache Berry, and maybe be able to get off some massive damage, or kill it, depending with Aerial Ace or Stone Edge if I'm feeling a little risky. Really, literally just there for rocks, and especially since his only defogger he brought possibly is Venomoth, which I don't see being a defogger in this matchup. Those rocks are most likely going to be there to stay, and he does have the 2 rocks weaknesses. If that is a Regenerator, Magic Guard, Regenerator, Reuniclus, then that's going to be taken 12.5% every time. It's going to be very good against his team. Next, we have a Fizdef Rotom Wash. This is, with Rocky Helmet, this is to help check the Feraligatr, this is to help check the Weavile, this is to help kind of check the Lop. It's not really a good Lop check, but it can kind of do some work against it. With Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Toxic, and HP Grass. Next, we have our Charizard, which is Dragon Dance, Protect, Flare Blitz, and Roost. Bit unfortunate I didn't bring Declaw or Protect this game, because he actually didn't bring a single Dragon Resist, so I could have brought Declaw or even Outrage, because honestly his only 2 Dragon Resists were Aromatisse and Steelix, which both lost to Zard's Flare Blitz, so I could have brought Outrage probably, but I was thinking that I could potentially 1v1 the Lop, as I could protect on the fake out and then just get a kill, as he had to switch out after I set up a DD. So, I still stand by the protect decision, but, we'll see how it works out. Next, we have a Fizz Def Rocky Helmet Poison Point Needle Queen with Taunt, T-Spikes, Poison Jab, and Earthquake. The reason why I'm bringing T-Spikes on this and not maybe bringing up a move slot on Arrow, or maybe even bringing a different Pokemon on Arrow, is because I really did not expect a Venomoth. I thought I had a lot for Venomoth. I have Zard that could take a hit without a Z move, and outspeed and Flare Blitz before he set up a Quiver. I have a Celesteela that theoretically could just beat the Venomoth 1v1 every time. I had stuff like Arrow. I just thought he wouldn't bring it, but he did, so kudos to him, because my Celesteela is offensive with no lefty recovery, so it is going to be a tough mon to play around, depending on his set. And then finally, I do have the Celesteela, which is Autotomize, Steelium Z, Heavy Slam, Fire Blast, and Seed Bomb. Adamant max attack, enough speed to outspeed a Lop at +2, whether it be from the Autotomize or the Tailwind. So he brought Reuniclus, Weavile, Megalop, Feraligatr, Venomoth, and the Seismitoad. He did not bring Aromatisse, Steelix, Decidueye, or Thunderai. Thunderai was a bit surprising of a not bring, but he still brought a pretty threatening team. Lop is obviously a huge threat. Venomoth is actually a pretty big threat because I'm not bulky Celesteela. So we'll see. Also, I hope you guys enjoy the Facecam. I don't know if you guys want that to be a thing to start happening more often, or if you just want no Facecam. Either way, I won't be doing Facecam for NPL. I already have my layout made, but for PPL, if you want that thing to be a thing, then I can certainly do that. But I've been rambling on for long enough. Let us get right into the battle. Alright, so Verd is going to be challenging me here. I'm challenged by Pokemon Trainer Verd, so I'm going to lead off with my Whimsicott, just because I felt like it was my best lead, especially if he led with Seismitoad. So I'm just going to go for Life Orb, Moonblast, Test the Waters here, and that reveals to actually be Max HP Assault Vest. It looks like it's the Omega Jolteon special, Fizz Def AB, potentially, depending on what his psychic damage output is whenever he goes for it. But he's going to go for knockoff there twice. I'm just going to go for a Moonblast again, third Moonblast in a row. He's going to go into Venomoth, and that damage reveals that he does not have much bulk investment at all, which means Hurricane could potentially kill from here. So that is what I'm going to go for. And he is actually going to make the smart play, scout for the Psychic / Hurricane, and go into his Reuniclus. So I'm going to just go into my Arrow. I see this as my opportunity to get up rocks. I can take a Psychic for sure. And that does show to be, I believe, very little special attack investment, if any at all. So he's just going to go for another Psychic, and that's going to kill my Aerodactyl, which is fine because Arrow was really there just to get up rocks. So my best thing to kill this Reuniclus right now is the Charizard. I don't want to risk him being Thunder, which he probably is if he's AB. So I'm just going to go straight for the Flare Blitz here. And I know the Seismitoad's the switch in. This is going to do a clean 30-35%. I'm actually going to stay in here predicting rocks, and I believe I can 2-hit KO him from this range. I do get the crit, which guarantees the 2-hit KO, and he does go for the rocks here. So I am actually just going to be able to knock out this Seismitoad right here with the Flare Blitz, and that is going to get rid of the Seismitoad. Unfortunately, he was able to get up rocks, which means that does pressure my team a tiny bit, but it's okay. So right here, I'm going to go for the Protect, because I'm going to pause it right here real quick. If he's banded, he kills me. If he's Life Orb, he has a chance to kill me. If he's not a boosting item, then he has no chance of killing me. So basically, I'm scouting. If he's banded, then I'm scouting to see what move he locks himself into. If he's Life Orb, then this is just kind of a meaningless play. But basically, if he reveals Life Orb damage, then obviously I know he's Life Orb. If he kills me without revealing an item, then he's definitely banded, possibly Muscle Band. That does have the potential to be Muscle Band. I believe if he got a high roll as a Muscle Band set, he could kill me as well. But pretty much, if he kills me, he's some sort of boosting item, either banded or Life Orb, possibly Icicle Plate or Muscle Band. So I'm just, again, going for Protect. I do risk him going for like a sub or an SD, but I don't think he would going to click it there, as he actually now misses the Icicle Crash, which he told me after the game, I believe he wasn't Life Orb or Banded, so it wouldn't have killed, but my Zard obviously would have died to the Flare Blitz recoil, so that's a bit unfortunate here. So right here, I'm going to switch out into my dedicated Lop counter, which is my Nidoqueen, and he's going to Mega Evolve and go straight for the Drain Punch and take a good amount from the Rocky Helmet. Obviously, he gets some back, so it's kind of like a wash almost. He takes a little bit more damage. Unfortunately, no Poison Point, but you know, that's like what, a 30% chance of happening. So I am just going to go straight for the Earthquake here to get lots of damage. And here I'm going to make a pretty huge misplay. Obviously, my Nidoqueen is my Lop check, and well, I don't have the best switch-ins to this Reinforcements left on my team. It's pretty big that I keep this Nidoqueen healthy. However, I decide to go for another Earthquake just to get a little bit more damage off. Honestly, also possibly expecting the knockoff, but I really should have preserved this Nidoqueen, and I go for the Earthquake, get a good amount of damage off on the Nidoqueen, or on the Reinforcements with my Nidoqueen, and now he's going to kill me with Psychic. So now my only Lop check is a Celesteela at +2 and a Rocky Helmet Rotom Wash, which can't take 2 high jump kicks, or even, possibly even 2 returns. So right here, he's going to go into the Feraligatr. I go for Heavy Slam. That's going to do a decent chunk, and here I make my second misplay. So I'm thinking he might go for the Be Aggressive and go for the boosting move. If he does, then I think I have a good chance to knock him out with Seed Bomb, or so I think. So instead of going into my Rotom Wash, which I definitely should have, I'm actually going to stay in and go for the Seed Bomb, and this is not going to go well, because he's going to go for Liquidation. Because I have so little bulk investment, I'm actually going to not take that well at all, and the Seed Bomb is going to fail to kill. So now I'm going to go into the Pokemon I should have gone in the first place, which is my Rotom Wash, as he goes for the Crunch, and he's going to get a huge amount of damage. So had I actually gone into the Rotom Wash the first time, that would have been a huge momentum game for me, because then I could have Volt Switched and killed the Feraligatr possibly. I could have Volt Switched as he switched out, but here now he's going to get a free Quiver with his Venomoth as I go into my Whimsicott. And here my play is Tailwind and hope he doesn't Roost, as I do go for the Tailwind, and he is actually just going to go straight up for the Bug Buzz, which is really great for me. So my Whimsicott goes down, but now basically I have one play here. I could go into Zard and heal up, but I think +1 Bug Buzz, if he's Tinted Lens, could possibly do just as much as I'm healing, especially since the damage earlier from Whimsicott revealed that he's probably more a super offensive Venomoth. And if he is a super offensive Venomoth, then there's probably a good chance, even with the Tailwind up, at +1 he probably outspeeds this Celesteela, because Celesteela doesn't need that much speed. I mean, it needs a good amount, but it doesn't need that much speed to outspeed a lot. Not as much as it needs to outspeed a +1 Venomoth. So I basically have to bank on the fact that he fears it and switches out, or he doesn't outspeed. Going by this logic, I probably should have actually, what I should have done was I should have actually fired off my Steelium Z Heavy Slam here, because if he went into Reinforcements, that would kill, and then I'd have 2 turns of Tailwind with 2 Pokemon, and if he didn't have Fake Out or Quick Attack, I could potentially win. So that's what my play should have been. But as you see, I just go for the regular Heavy Slam. I did not play the Celesteela well at all, so I am just going to go for the regular Heavy Slam and going to do a decent chunk to the Reinforcements, almost kill it. Now he's going to go back into the Venomoth, and I'm going to kill it. So Celesteela does get a kill, but you know, I played it pretty poorly. This thing could have just won had I played it the correct way, but unfortunately I did not play it the correct way. So but here I'm actually going to go for the Totemize here. My goal is to potentially set up with the Zard, get enough Roost off, and his Psychics are going to do anywhere from 40 to 50-ish%. So my goal is to hopefully not get a Spidef drop, and roost up on the Celis, or on this Reuniclus, and I think I would have to do it about. I might have to use all my roosts, because while I do have Protect for Fake Out, I don't know if he has Quick Attack. Especially since him having Drain Punch makes me think that he was Power Up Punch, which you'll see he actually is. But unfortunately, right there, I do get the Spit Up drop. So, I mean, Autotomizing with Celesteela just means that instead of Celesteela getting the kill, Charizard got the kill. So it really wasn't it was a no-loss play. I had to go for the possible, not really choke, but the possible no Spit F drop play. But here he is going to finish me off with a Power Up Punch, and then he's just going to kill me with the Drain Punch, and that's going to be the game. So, very close game with Verd. Verd is definitely one of the best battlers in the format, and he showed it there. I didn't play as well as I should have. Like, had I preserved that Celesteela and played it a little bit better, I could have potentially set up on the. I could have maybe even set up on a unboosted Lop. Had I kept my Nidoqueen around, I wouldn't have lost to the Lop. Had I played my Celesteela better, I wouldn't have let it get so weak. But, Verd still played a really good game, not taking anything away from Verd. I just wish I would have played a little better with my win cons. Nidoqueen being my defensive win con, and Celesteela being my offensive win con. But, not much we can do. We can always move on to next week. And next week, we do play Colton. Is it Shadow Gaming Hub? It's either Shadow Gaming Hub or Shadow Hub Gaming. I never remember which one it is when I'm talking about him. I believe it is Shadow Gaming Hub, but and his Osaka Eevees. Now he currently is 0-3, and that's hopefully looking good for a win here. But we obviously can't underestimate anybody, as if we underestimate him and lose, then we would be 1-3 and we would be tied with him record-wise. So really not looking to go 1-3, because now it's not even just about losing our championship chances. It's about possibly even getting relegated or being in that third to last relegation spot, playoff spot. So definitely not looking forward to that. Hopefully I can win against Colton, and then hoping by a decent differential. So even though I'd be 2-2, if I have like a plus 4 or 5 differential, that still leaves me within the realm of possibility of catching up to the current undefeated teams. I believe there's 2 3-0 teams right now, maybe 3. So I really need to start winning to keep a pace, or else I am going to fall behind and lose my chance at a championship. So, but other than that, it's still a good game. The Verd, second straight 1-0 loss to an Aussie. Unfortunately, second straight time of playing Celesteela pretty poorly. But again, my opponent played a great game. So, again, not taking anything away from Verd or even Jack last week. I just a little bit of hindsight. Wish I would have played my Celesteela a little bit better in those last 2 weeks. And Celesteela could have been rocking it at the top of the MVP leaderboards too. I could have been 3-0. But again, great games by them. Kind of poor plays with my Celesteela in the last 2 games. So hopefully we can improve that. And if we can improve that, I feel pretty confident that we can get right back into it. And yeah. But other than that, this has been your boy TrevCL. Make sure if you did enjoy the video, you leave a like. If you like the face cam, make sure to comment that, hey, I want the face cam for all PPL videos, or hey, I don't want the face cam for any PPL videos, or whatever. Again, it won't be an NPL because I already have a layout made, so unless I get another layout made, which I don't really want to put that on the graphics artists too much, yeah, it won't be an NPL. But if you want an PPL, I'm always available to do face cam, and I kind of want to get into it because it adds a little something new to the video, not just the whole standing or sitting here and talking for 20 minutes straight. It actually kind of makes me more engaged. Like, I have to actually make sure that I'm looking at the camera and not just at my screen like this. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. It actually adds a new level of dedication to video making. So again, tell me if you liked it. I enjoyed it myself. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and so I can do more of these in the future. But also, before I forget, I've forgotten like the last 2 weeks. And hopefully next week I'll remember to put it at the beginning of the video. So thanks for week 1 for Ruby, fellow PPL coach, for genning for me, and for Kelly recording my side of the battle. Week 2, thank you to Jack, not either of the Jacks in the PPL as a coach, but there's another Jack as a genner for genning for me last week, and then who was it there? Trying to remember. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, I got it. So thank you to NovaGen / Tony Daddy. He goes by a couple different things, or he has, at least in Discord lately. So thank you for recording my last week's game, and then this week thanks to Jack, or actually, yeah, Jack again for genning, and then Joseph Games, I believe. Let me check. Yeah, Joseph Games. Yeah. So I just got to make sure next time to include them at the beginning of the next video, so that it's not just left at the end. And I've got to also make sure that I have their names 100% down. But again, huge thanks to them. These videos wouldn't be possible without their help recording and genning. So while it may have seemed I wasn't like super thankful, I am definitely really thankful, because it does help out a lot. As I can't really gen myself, although I think there is a method for it, and I do have a capture card, but I haven't really set that up. I've had it for a couple months, so I right now I cannot gen for myself. So their help is really big. So yeah, but I've rambled on enough before the video and after the video. Again, leave a comment down below whether you like the face cam or you don't like the face cam, or at least maybe if you're kind of indifferent and you don't care whether I do it. And other than that, yeah, this has been your boy TrevCL, and I am signing out. Peace, guys.